Final, yeah, I'm going to ask you, because I did let me Google News before I left. You're now all friends with George?
You know, it's so weird. I read that and I was like, someone asked me about George Michael and I was like, yeah, there's no problem with me and George. There hasn't been for a long time, long time, you know. We did speak when I came out of prison. He sent me a little message, which was very sweet. But I mean, not for years, you know. There's been a problem, really. Do you know what I mean? So.
But he's doing all right now. You're doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing fine. You know, we haven't spoken recently, but you know, I mean, listen, you know, I've always liked him as an artist. I've always thought he was a great singer and a great writer. So it was never anything to do with, you know, him as a musician. You know, we've had a few kind of personal problems, but a lot of the time it's just me being bitchy. You know, yeah. What I try to do now is I try to think about what I'm saying about people, and I try to think, you know, is this useful? You know, is this helpful? You know, is it about what I'm going to say helpful? And especially with the internet now, you know, when you Twitter something, you know, a friend of mine said to me a couple of years ago, you know, when you Twitter something, it's much worse, even if you're sort of just being flippant, because it's a much harder bullet, you know, because you're boy George. So it's not the same as me doing it, you know, because it just carries more weight. So I think, you know, generally I try not to kind of, you know, if I've got something to say about somebody that's bitchy, I'll say it in private. I try not to kind of put that out there because, although I have to say I don't really think bitchy things about people anymore, so I've been de-bitched.